What's happening, guys? My name is Anthony, and in today's video I'm going to be giving you guys another track guide, this time at Paul Ricard. So remember to come back to this video and comment down below as to how much time you were able to improve thanks to this track guide, and also remember that in the pinned comments of each and every one of my track guides there is a link to my baseline spreadsheet of setups. Still working on it as I haven't had a chance to really try out every single track on the game yet. However, as I do so, that will continually be updated, and as I learn more about setups as the year goes on, that will be continually updated as well. So enough waffling, let's get straight into the track guide, and then I'll show you guys the fast hot lap so that you can see what the lap looks like when you actually do it in real time at the end of the video. Okay, so as we're coming up to the final couple of corners, which you guys will see in the actual hot lap itself, I kind of messed up. You want to be as wide as possible because this will allow you to attack these next couple of corners. And then just after you pass the 50-meter board, or what I like to do is as soon as the blue and white lines here, the paint starts to go a little bit more to the left, that's when I just swing the car in, literally just flick it. You'll be in about 7th gear, shift down to 4th, hold it in 4th, and then hug this inside curb as much as you can. And then you want to be as far left as you can so that you can get the best exit off of the final corner. Usually I take it in 3rd, but depending on how aggressive your setup is, you might want to shift down to 2nd for this one. But usually I would be in 3rd, as I said. And then again, just try and get the best exit that you possibly can in the hot lap that I do. Towards the end of the video, you'll see that I kind of messed that up pretty badly. And then open up DRS, of course, and then you'll be starting your lap. So moving on to the first corner, you'll be in 8th gear. Once again, want to be as wide as you possibly can. France has a lot of runoff areas, so you want to be as aggressive as you can. And then as you're coming up to this curb here, I want to say this will probably be about 70, maybe 65 meters. That's when you want to start braking. Braking a straight line at first, and then just before you reach the 50-meter board, shift down into 5th gear, or again 4th, depending on how aggressive your setup is, and just try and carry as much speed here. Then you want to actually try and stay towards the middle of the track so that you can get the best exit off of this next corner. This corner is very difficult on this game, especially because the curbings are a lot more punishing, but you still have to take them because that's where you make up the time. And then you want to ride over this curb as much as you possibly can without invalidating, and literally carry all the speed as much as you can, because this straight here, you'll lose so much time if you don't. And then this next corner, I'm usually in 8th, but you could probably do it in 7th as well. Around about 60 meters, that's when you want to break in a straight line again. And then as you're passing the 50-meter board, shift down into 4th real quick. Then hug this inside curbing here. Try and go a little bit wider, and then one last downshift into 3rd, and really hug this inside curb here going through the left-hander, because it will allow you to really place the car in the best position possible for these next couple of corners. And then usually what I do is I have a little bit of a little spritz of the throttle, and then once again just hold on to the brakes here, just carry as much minimum speed as you possibly can right over this curb, and then you literally just have to be very smooth with the throttle here. Try and get this inside curb in here. Right around about here you'll probably be flat out, and then again just attack these corners as much as you can, and then you've got this long back straight. Open up DRS as soon as you can, and then you could just literally just think about your next braking point here, because you've got a lot of time. And then speaking of this braking point, in this year's game I brake super late in qualifying. In the race you'll probably want to brake just slightly earlier to once again minimize lockups and obviously help with your tire wear. But usually in qualifying or in time trial, I literally brake right when this curb here starts, and I'm on this curb. So usually I'll be right here, then I'll brake in a straight line just after the 50-meter board, quickly shift down into 5th gear, into 4th gear, then ride this inside curb, go left, not as left as you can see that I am here. You probably want to be a little bit more towards the middle of the track here. Then one last downshift into 3rd gear, and then short shift up to 4th, and really attack this next corner. Make sure to keep the car straight, and then swing back over to the left, and that's how you'll make up as much time as possible there. Then for this next corner, you've just got to be as smooth as possible because it's completely flat. Hug the inside curbing there. And then for this next corner, again, in qualifying, you brake super late. In the race, you probably don't want to brake as late as you would in qualifying. But in qualifying and time trial, I usually brake as soon as I get to around here. So I'm still full throttle at this point, and that's where I start braking. And then quickly shift down into 5th gear, go super wide. At this point, you don't want to be on the brakes or the throttle. Just let the car roll through the corner, and then as you're coming up towards this next apex here, because this corner is a double apex, that's when you want to get on the throttle. Just try and carry as much speed as possible without going wide here. The amount of times I've come through that corner, I've had a great corner, but then on the exit I've gone just slightly too wide and invalidated my lap is ridiculous. This next corner is super difficult. You have to stay wide. It's so unnatural because your instincts tell you turn into the corner, but you actually want to stay super wide because the apex of this corner is so late in order to carry the speed through the next corner. So you want to stay out wide. You'll be coming into it, I believe, in 6th gear, and then you want to shift down into 5th gear, and then one last downshift into 4th. Again, you're still super wide here, and then that's when you want to really start turning in, and then you hit the apex right about here, and then just get on the throttle as soon as you can. And then once again, you want to stick as wide as possible here. It's so easy to invalidate, but you have to stick as wide because it's the shortest line to the next braking point. And then once again, as I said before, just as this blue and white paint starts to go a little bit wider, that's when I just flip the car into 4th gear, hold it, and I just hug this inside curbing, stay as far left as I possibly can, one last downshift into 3rd, or again 2nd if your setup is not as aggressive, and then again just try and get the exit that you can, and that is a lap of France. So I hope that you were able to learn from that track guide and also seeing the lap in real time. If you did learn from it, make sure to smash the like button and subscribe to the channel if you want to see more track guides. If you want to see more league races as well, I'll be doing those, and I'm always helpful with the league races, telling you guys how to manage your ERS, how to do this and how to do that. And also, if you want to catch my team content as well, then make sure to subscribe for that. Also, make sure to stay to the end of the video if you want to check out any of the other track guides that I've released up until this point, and I'll catch you guys in my next video.